Hey guys, what's going on? Starkiller here. Today we'll be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series, The Mandalorian AHSOKA Tano. Let's get into this. So AHSOKA Tano was first featured in the Star Wars The Clone Wars The Animated Series, and over time she became a super popular character. Then she came back in Rebels, and then she came back in The Mandalorian, which is what we have here. This was her first live-action debut, and fans were all super hyped to see her. Her appearance in The Mandalorian takes place quite a bit after Return of the Jedi, and her first appearance was in The Clone Wars, so she has to be in her 40s or 50s by the time she shows up in The Mandalorian. She's basically a veteran at this point. I do want to compare her to her Rebels look because I do not have the Clone Wars figure, so she is older in The Mandalorian than she is in Rebels. I believe Rebels takes place before A New Hope, so she's in her 30s, I want to say, or maybe her late 20s. You can definitely see a difference. The lightsabers that come with the Mandalorian Ahsoka I like much more because they have that prequel thickness and a much lighter white color. Like it's much less translucent and much more of an actual color, which I prefer as opposed to the Rebels Ahsoka. These lightsabers, they're too thin, which I know is closer to the original trilogy lightsabers. I'm personally not a big fan of those, so I much prefer the ones that come with Mando's Ahsoka. It's just a much sturdier figure. She doesn't feel like she's gonna break. This head sculpt looks a lot like Rosario Dawson. Actually one of the best I've seen in a while with this tech. It's not choppy, it's not spotty like the Mafex Joker. It's definitely just very clean. I'm really happy that photoreal developed into a mass-produced thing because it has been a complete game changer for action figures. You can see the eyeshadow and the eyeliner even. The pupils are done very well. They got the whites in her eyes, which is really cool. The lips are perfectly placed. This is just a really excellent head sculpt. The Leku has all kinds of texture in there. The shirt has almost like a cotton texture to it, like a thermal texture or something going on. Whatever detailing this is, it looks excellent. I don't know what it's for, but it looks really good. We have 2 tabs for her lightsabers in case you want to do that. I don't want to take these blades out because I have a really bad time with Black Series lightsabers breaking on me, like Mace Windu's, Obi-Wan Kenobi's. The pegs that peg into the hilts are way too small, and they just one shelf dive and they're cracked. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can take those out and place them on the belt, which is really cool. That's why she has the 2 tabs. This is a really well sculpted figure. Look at all this detailing. The legs, even the strap work going on in this arm sleeve. The shirtless sleeve, I guess? I don't know what you want to call that. Look at that paint work. They got the paint in the tiny little diamond shapes in the arms, both sides. Then you get her really cool gauntlets. I don't know if these are her Clone Wars gauntlets. Oh, I guess the Rebels one kind of has it, but they're not the same. They're different. Even the old head sculpt isn't terrible. But yeah, this one, I think this one's a lot better. Plus, I like the orange here better than this more reddish orange. It's a bit too strong. I feel like this one is a lot more, like you can get a lot more depth going on in the face than with this one. Although this one isn't terrible. This one has a very animated look to it, which I really enjoy. If I had the Clone Wars Ahsoka, this would be a really cool comparison of all 3 up close. The blue on the Leku is a really nice color. It's like a navy blue, but like a rich navy blue. And then we have blacks up and down the arms. We have a even darker, I don't know what blue that would be, but it's a really deep dark blue. It's like I want to say it's like a bluish black with a bit of gray maybe. Then we have this lighter olive tan in the center. Her undershirt, I guess. She also has this red strap under her neck. That's cool. That's a cool little detail that they painted. We have that deep blue going all the way down. We have some burgundy gloves, which complements the rest of the figure. And then we have all these Clone Wars-esque silvers and blues, or silvers and bluish silvers, bluish grays, going on the boots and on the gauntlets. The paintwork, the detailing, the sculpt, it's all there. This is an excellent figure. If I did top 10s of my favorite figures of the year, she would definitely be up there for sure. Now for articulation, because of her Leku, she can't get much left or right. She has a slight tilt. She has a neck joint and a ball joint in the head, so you would think she'd be able to look much farther up, but she can't due to that. due to the Leku. So you basically just get some rotation here. Can she do a 360? She can do a 360. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess around with this. But this is soft plastic. She would be able to do it if you so choose. She has the basic shoulder joints. It's a hinge with forward and back movement, rotation, full 360. She has a single joint elbow, but it's a deep single joint. So she can get some pretty far bends going on here. She has I don't even know what you would call this, a vertical hinge in the wrist. Goes up and down. So that's good for sabers and any weapons as opposed to the in and out. She has rotation in the chest, side to side, pretty far back, and then pretty far forward. Maybe not. There's some slight. I guess it works, yeah. That works pretty well. No waist swivel though, because of this piece here. She can kick out, she can do splits. Pretty far actually, considering these pieces on her sides. She has forward about this far, which is pretty far. I know she has a really, look at this, this is a deep bend in the knee. It does look ugly face on or head on, and there's this big gap here, which is really ugly. But I guess if you're in a, if you have her in a pose, no one's gonna see that. They're gonna see the knee, there's not much you can do there, but as far as that hole goes, deep bend, but ugly joint. Then we have the swivels, pretty far swivels in the foot, and forward and back, or back and forward, I should say. There's no thigh swivel. You would think they would put a thigh swivel right here, like this is the best place to put it, and they didn't do it. Let's get into size comparisons. Here she is next to her team in the Clone Wars, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Captain Rex, and I love the way this looks. Everybody here has the photo real tech. This is the Figuarts Anakin, the Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a custom Black Series Rex I did. Here she is with the Skywalkers. You have the Black Series Luke Skywalker on the left, and the SH Figuarts Darth Vader on the right, and I think this looks magnificent. Luke blends right in with this mix. Luke is a shorter character because Mark Hamill is not the tallest guy in the world, so the scaling works really well. I like the way these three look. Here she is with a whole bunch of Mandalorians and Grogu. Here's Koska Reeves, the Mafex Mandalorian Din Djarin, the Figuarts Boba Fett, and the Black Series Bo-Katan. I think everybody here looks really good together. Every company has been knocking it out of the park when it comes to detailing, sculpt work, paint. It's just been a crazy ride the past couple of years when it comes to Star Wars figures. That is the Black Series Grogu, not the Mafex one, because the Mafex one is one static piece, so I much prefer the Black Series one, plus the detail work is a bit better on the Black Series one. Probably because it's its own, it's its own figure. My final thoughts on this figure is that she is a great piece to any collection. I highly recommend her. If you can find her for retail, I would definitely recommend picking her up. If you can't, if you find her for like 40-50 bucks on aftermarket, I would not pay it, not for a Hasbro release. They're just not there yet. But if you have the money to spend and you feel like spending it, then go ahead. It's your money, not mine, and it's a really solid release and you don't want to miss out on this piece. So yeah, I highly recommend her. If you like my videos, like them. If you don't, you don't. Any little subscription, every little like helps build the channel. Thanks for watching.